Follow us on Instagram at Express Truth Show.
Jamaica national team is not doing anything for me, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And reason why I say that Jamaica national team cannot give me exposure, you know, bro. Jamaica playing for the national team now gonna make Real Madrid call me, you know. And me a shine light on the national team basically, you know. Playing overseas and repping as a Jamaican all the time, you know, bro. People know Liam Bailey everywhere in the world, you know, bro. Me don't remember the last place me ever go. And somebody person. Don't know me. Jamaica not paying us. Jamaica can't really give me no exposure. And I two things I love my ask them for. And every time is I cannot get this. You have man a book flight for me and that send me from England to Jamaica. I need to go from England to Jamaica. And I send economy flight for travel with 3 different stops. Two things I love my ask for.
Just make
sure I have a proper flight and make sure I have a room by myself.
Yeah.
That's all. I can't get that, bro. It's just like, what am I here doing for? Like,
all right. Before we get into that, Anthony, we gotta be real. Let's start with what he's saying first.
Okay.
There's no way, I'm gonna keep it real with you. There's no way a man who's playing for the national team, one of the stars, should be having free connecting flights on an economy flight to Yard, fam. I don't fly to Yard like that. And I don't kick no ball. A man's supposed to be. Let's keep it real, Andy. There's no way the man. And another thing, these men are big men who are making big money. You can't put no man to share no room with the next man. I ain't sharing no room with the next man. So I can't ask a man to do that if I wouldn't do it. So the Jamaican FA, in that regard, are supposed to fix that. However, what bothers me about this is, why is this playing out publicly? Why is this being discussed in front of cameras? What are you saying, Anthony? What are you saying?
Well, it's a great point that you made. Now, as I brought this to your attention today, I saw this on Instagram and I responded to a thing, pretty much the same interview, just a different clip from what I showed you. If you listen, because you hear some certain different things, but the gist of the story was all about Liam Bailey dissatisfied with the infrastructure of the Jamaican Federation. He says, like you highlighted, he's having to fly from England to Jamaica with 3 stops in economy class. He's asking to have a room by himself, which he's never had. And also all other things. He's saying like the equipment is not to the standard. Now, I hit bridging. Let's be real in this field, you know. I fully understand what he's saying and where he's coming from. But here's what I'm talking now. This is where I draw the line differently with this youth here. As a youth, my mum used to tell me, you know, when you're into one argument, you can't bring in last week's argument into this week's argument. You can't do them things, Bridget. And that's what my man's doing. Now, this infrastructure business and Jamaica pay money thing has been a long situation going on.
From 98?
There you go. From the Reggae Boys went to the World Cup. Now, I'm glad you brought that up. So while it's in my head, I'm going to say what I'm saying. Now, Liam Bailey says Jamaica can't do nothing for him. So what do you think playing for Jamaica in a World Cup would do for your career, bro? I'm just going to ask you that as a big man. What do you think representing Freeway Liquor Island called Jamaica would do for your reputation as a footballer? Don't you think it would enhance it? Or am I missing something here, Bridget? And I know I'm not missing nothing here, Bridget, because you know my ball. Long time.
That's a fact.
Long time. And Mr. Bailey, if you ever want to link up, Erdington we live, you know how close it is to where you play regular. And if you want to link by the training ground up a Bodymore, we can do that too.
We got the link. Bailey, we got the link with though.
Yeah, well, let's get it on, fam. Let's get it on and talk the thing. But I'm going to school you as a young man to a big man. And here why I think it's gone wrong now. As you rightly said, how's this, 1, playing out in the public? But 2, why is it playing out in the public? Is it because Liam Bailey's sick and tired of having to pay his own fare, of having to share a room with a fellow colleague, Bridget, let's break it down. When has Jamaica's infrastructure ever been correct? When?
It hasn't been, Anthony, but
Never.
there's a big but.
Hold on.
All right.
But nothing, bro. I remember having this conversation. I think me and you was talking not on a platform like this. We was talking about the Women's World Cup. But no, he's more of a brother than Warren. And I was saying, our Jamaica's people are wicked, the federation, because the women qualified for the World Cup back to back, something the men haven't done. And there was also a form of argument over the pay. Now, we know Caribbean, Jamaica, we've seen it with the West Indies cricket team. We've seen it all along. I've been seeing it from I was a kid, from Viv Richards and Joe Garner days from. Man, I've been arguing about the infrastructure of, that was the West Indian Cricket Board, but now specifically Jamaica. What? Because we've never had the infrastructure. It's never been built up. The people, the big exports from our country who went abroad never came back and thought, you know what, let's move for the future. Let's bring the youth through. They didn't think, but you see what's happening now, because football has changed globally, bridging, there's no country that there's talent in every country, fam. There's talent in every country. And if Jamaica don't put the things right in place, they're going to miss out on a lot of talent, fam. Because things are changing, bridging, as we were talking about this Ian Wright thing. Majority of the black kids coming up now don't want to play for England. They want bridging. I'm telling you straight. When I talk about the African youth, them, we can't.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. Okay, I'm glad you said that.
Can't talk for them. Can't talk for them. But all I can say is, if my name was Bakayoko Saka, me not play for England, you know, coming out English.
And Nigeria are giving him a first-class flight too.
I'm not paying for it because I'm not. Yeah. What do we relate? What, because I was born in England makes me English? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. And I'll argue with man, because if that's the case, Erling Haaland's supposed to play for England because our Leeds in barn. Tell me something.
Okay. All right, then.
Yeah. So if that's the case, go and ask Erling Haaland, what do you see yourself as, Erling? English or Norwegian?
He's going to say Norwegian.
Who does he play for? Norway, Bridget.
Did England try to get him?
I don't know, bruv. I'm just saying, though.
Okay.
My point is this. Man can't tell me who I'm supposed to feel patriotic about. You understand?
Yeah.
Because I was Mark, you're born in England. Oh, you're supposed to feel patriotic about the Three Lions. Why? Why? You're only going to feel patriotic about something that you can relate to, that you feel drawn to, a connection. Now, you might have seen certain players that you liked who were black and played for England, but did you really relate to them, though? As we went back into the early conversation, there was a certain striker that man them related to, felt like we knew him.
1,000%.
Felt it was like he was our brethren.
1,000%.
You understand? But going back to this Mr. Bailey team now, for me, all this has come about because on the last gathering, Liam Bailey broke curfew, stayed out all night, slept out the road, woke up late, missed the team bus. Now, you, Mr. Big Star, Mr. People only watching the national team because of me, Mr. I do this and I do that, Mr. Anywhere across the world I go, people know me, you know. Why didn't you have that same level of professionalism, energy for your professionalism then? You're Mr. Known around the world, but you think you're bigger than the rules. The management of Jamaica's Football Federation have rules, not just Jamaica's, England, all the countries in the world. Yeah. When was the last time it got broke, that Messi broke curfew?
We ain't heard that.
When was the last time it broke, that Ronaldo broke curfew?
We've never heard that.
Mbappe?
Never.
We could name other people. We could go on and go on.
Even take it old school, David Beckham, name any superstar.
Yeah.
For the England team.
Yeah. Now, the last one, people might forward and say, oh, what about Phil Foden the other day with Mason Greenwood that broke curfew when they was in Iceland or something like that. But what did they put it down to? Young kids, you know. I think it was down around the COVID situation, if you remember. I think they went away to Iceland or something, Foden and Greenwood. And they must have went out and broke curfew, boom, and they got dropped for the next game or something. That was their punishment. Had to hold it, didn't say nothing, grew up, learn from it. But Leon Bailey's a big player, bruv. He's not a young kid. Just coming up, doesn't know the professional etiquette which is required of someone in his chosen
That's the
profession
problem,
and
though.
privileged. Hold on, and privileged position. Because when you look at Leon Bailey compared to, take out the Demar Bailey, take out the Mikel Antonios and all the English come through England players, the born and raised the yard players, yeah. Give them that same opportunity. Would they be going to like him?
No, they would not.
They had to set an example, bruv. He put them in a position. You're the star player, as you keep telling us. So, with the star player, doesn't come star player responsibility, fam.
100%.
So
but he's
I'm
a big
looking to
fish
you.
in a small pond.
Okay, so I'm looking to you as my star player, Mark. So I'm saying to you, family, you know you're the big boss, Ron. You're the big baller, yeah? Here what? Curfew at 10 o'clock. Make sure you're in bed for 10 o'clock, you know. From the big baller, see the baller in bed for 10 o'clock. The baller say, blows me. The baller go on with things, you know. And so the baller take this thing serious. If the big baller go to bed 10 o'clock, me I go to bed 10 o'clock.
Yeah, he could set an example. Yeah, man. You're talking it. He could set an example. But family, let's be honest. How he's talking in that interview is like, yo, yard ain't nothing to be. You wouldn't hear an England player talk them things, fam. You wouldn't,
bro. But you see,
wouldn't.
The mentality, you see, there's a difference, bro. There's a difference. It's called a class difference. I'm sorry to have to use that word, class difference, but it is, bro. And I say this to people because, look, bro, we're born and grow in England. Now, we wasn't born with gold spoons in our mouth, but compared to a lifestyle, someone of our age growing up in Jamaica, it's a flipping king's life we're living in England right now, fam.
Facts.
You understand? So imagine you get the chance and you taste that lifestyle, fam. My man forgot where he's come from because he's forgotten that he used to walk around with his little cut-off jeans, and if he was lucky to have a crepes, he could have a crepes and all them things there. He's forgotten all those things, bro. He's all on some people only come to watch me. It's called Jamaican national team, not the Leon Bailey national team, fam. There's bigger players than
classless,
you.
Man.
As I stated on my response on Instagram, how do you perpetuate that you're the star player in this Jamaica squad? Based on what? And I'm talking about the English and the homegrown players combined, all the players, the Demares, the Mikel Antonios, and all the others, the Ravel Morrisons and all them. Why do you think you're the star player, bro? Why don't really? Based on what football? What have you achieved so great? As you say, you represent Jamaica all around the world when you play football. Clearly you don't, because listen to your heart. Clearly you don't. You play for yourself. You don't play for Jamaica. Listen to yourself, because if you was playing for Jamaica, rude boy,
he wouldn't talk that.
You wouldn't talk them things. You'd be embarrassed to say them things about
you wouldn't
your
talk
country.
that. You wouldn't talk
that. Understand?
You wouldn't talk. And remember, these man, you see, like a Bailey. You know why that really disappointed me, Anthony, because Leon Bailey is a man who right now is hot in it. So if he starts talking and saying, listen, I'm playing for Yard, you know what I mean? Like, I love the country, A, B, or C. Other youths now who are coming up will look and say, yo, I'm going to play for Yard, you know? You see what I mean? Because they're never going to be able to fly out man first class if they're not getting into tournaments and stuff. However, what I will say is this, Anthony, you see with the Jamaican national team, it's hard for me to kind of support them because I understand what you're saying historically. 98, rare, but we in 2024 and we've got an Adidas kit.
Bruv, hear this stuff, but this is what I'm saying to you, Ruby. At no time have I said what he's saying is wrong, you know.
Yeah.
Remember that, you know. I've never said what he's saying is wrong. Let me say it slowly, I fully support what he's saying, but my argument is this. This wasn't the platform and the time or the place to bring up that argument. The only reason this argument has come up about this is because Leon Bailey, Jamaica are playing tonight, if I'm to stand corrected. Jamaica are playing USA in the semi-final of the National League today. Yeah? I don't think he's playing. Why? part of the suspension for breaking the curfew. He's vexed and he's running gums because he's not playing. It's an important game for Jamaica. You know, it's a one game away from blah, 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 blah. You understand? He's talking about what can Jamaica do for him. Have you ever played on a World Cup stage for Jamaica? What do you think that could do for you?
Just look at Gareth Bale. That's what brothers need to do.
Bridget!
Look at Gareth Bale with Wales.
Me ever show you what playing for Jamaica
Back
could
then,
have done
back
for your
then.
career. Go and ask man about Walter Boyd.
Old school business, man.
Yeah, but hold on. My point's this. Walter played for Arnott Garden. He never played for no foreign team. But how do we know him? For
Playing for
representing
yards.
Jamaica in the world. You understand?
Yeah.
What this geezer's going on like he's too nice. Oh, I've done this, I've done that. No, because you broke the rules and you're being checked, but you're trying to go on like a big star. Oh, because they didn't pay me for this. Because I'm going to break it down to you on the other flex then. Let's look at it from this way. Why don't you, Mr. Bailey, take some of your spare time and go and look at Sadio Mane's story and look what he does for his people. You understand?
You see it?
You understand? Go and see what he does for his people, bruv. You don't see him up and down in Louis V every minute. I pause up and I pause up. You don't see him doing that. I'll tell you what he does do, though. He builds buildings in his country. He's what's he doing? He's implementing and infiltrating the infrastructure of his country. Something that you're complaining about, that you want to see done just on the sporting level in your little country. So can't you do something about that? Can't you use your sponsorship in a boot deal? You can't say to them, say, here what? Me are the artist player of Jamaica right now. I want my boot people for send 100,000 go down for the young people.
And he could call the shot. He could call the shot.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You know, you go to your sponsors and say, I want you to send £1,000, and I'm sure you can do this out your own money, Bridget, because to give back for your own country, you shouldn't even you shouldn't even count that. So when you're complaining, and yes, I know it's not your job to do that, but let's be real. Look at the infrastructure of Jamaica. Where's that really going to come from? Unless it's big people like you breaking off peace and saying to your fellow ballers,
going after the FA like that as well, the Jamaican FA like that publicly.
Let's do that.
It kind of undermines them. It undermines them.
Bridget, you know Jamaica not set up that way there. And what makes it worse and highlighted it even worse, since you've come to England, you wasn't used to that level of professionalism, even in Germany, Bridget. Let's not kid yourself. We don't know how England were born, you know.
Yeah, we know the system.
You understand? So you can't come over here trying to give it Johnny like you know, like man don't know. We don't know, Bridget. We don't know. And we've always known that, yes, Jamaica's a place of beautiful land of sun, sea and rare, but if the infrastructure is not set right, it's not just for football. It's not just for sports. The whole country.
Everything. The only thing they've got right is the athletics. And that's only based off of you saying.
You understand?
That's it.
So when you're going to say, what can Jamaica do for you? What did Jamaica do for you saying, bruv?
You see it.
But you're talking about what can national team do, Bridget? Your heart no good, family. You're supposed to be selfless, but you are selfish.
But though, Anthony, we can't go too hard on Bailey because I'm not making no excuse.
No. I'm not going too hard on Bailey, Bridget. I'm just going on what I've seen, and I'm responding to what I've seen and what his argument is. But at no time, if you remember, if you look at the clip that I sent in the beginning, the thing is, what does it talk about? He says he's not playing. He's not going to play for Jamaica anymore because of the discipline, because they disciplined him and they have suspended him.
And you're right. I could never disagree with what you're saying. The only thing I'm saying about Bailey is this. Bailey had to go to Germany and grind it out in Germany for a long time before he became who he is today.
Bruv, you know me. We don't know. I know
you know this thing better than me. But
you know the story.
He's a man who probably feels like, yo, I'm almost giving back to Yard by playing for Yard.
Well, no, Bridget, and what's he doing more? I feel, for me personally, Leon Bailey's making himself more ostracized to the Jamaican people than being loved by the Jamaican people. Yes, there's going to be people who say, yes, he's got a point, and he has got a point. He has got a point. The infrastructure wasn't good in Jamaica from when John Barnes was the biggest star in Jamaica. You understand? Representing Jamaica around the world. You understand? Things haven't been right from them days. You understand? But it's because people like yourselves, when the big stars go, instead of coming back and helping to set up the infrastructure, so further down the line, if people, the ex-pros, had this same thought process that you seem to be on back after the World Cup, Brisbane, why haven't we qualified again for a World Cup since that last World Cup? Why? Exactly. Why have teams come from all kinds of different places come and qualify for World Cup, but we ain't qualified for World Cup? You understand? My brethren says Adidas, Jamaica got an Adidas sponsorship. We had an Umbro sponsorship before that. We had a Kappa one before that. All big branded around world. So where was the money to support the infrastructure and put things in place for further down the line?
The money's there, Anthony, but they're not spending it in the right places, because the Adidas people them said this. They said, "Yo, the money every time they qualify, they get more money."
Yeah.
But Jamaica done a rubbish deal with Adidas, because what I'm saying to you is go onto Adidas's site right now and just type in Jamaica. They got about 30 products. Remember, if you go on Adidas's site, a man will see that kit and have nothing to do with Yard and buy it.
Yeah.
Look at the Arsenal kit, the Arsenal thing. Did they give Yard any money from that?
Nope.
Because that was for the Jamaican fans.
Yep.
So what I'm saying is there's no way any star in football should be catching free flights for an 8-hour flight. I know you're not saying that, but I get where these men's...
But remember though, bro.
Yeah.
Look who he's representing. He's a little island. Where do you think Jamaica are going to get that kind of dough? Because let's be real, bro. In those kind of situations, and I'm saying it as a black man because we are black people and we know how we stay. We know how we stay, Bridging. Me and Mark are going to the same destination. I'm a big baller. He's a big baller. I may be a big baller than him. He plays in the championship. But I play in the Prem. But he's a big baller who's done things in the Prem back in the day, so he's a big baller. Now, he finds out that I've got direct flight, own room, rare, but he hasn't got it. What do you think he's going to create? And these are the things you have to look at. So this is where you got to get the blend right. But at the same time, man's supposed to stay humble and remember where I come from, because there's nothing better than being amongst your brethren them and growing together and going football together. Because I know that from my upbringing. You understand what I'm saying, fam?
Yeah.
I know about going abroad away from my family for 2-3 weeks, going to play football or foreign. I know about them things, bruv.
Yeah.
You understand? And I didn't want no preferential treatment from Mark. We was going to a different country and stopping with families. I could have said, nah, bond that. I want to stop in the hotel. Nah, I ain't stopping no strangers. Them know me. I'm going to places like Denmark and Sweden. I'm thinking these people haven't seen many black people if they have. So, I'm kind of half dubious, but I never once thought, nah, I'm not going to do the thing. I'm going to do like everybody else. I want preferential treatment. Not because I thought I was the star player, but I could have thought that. But no, certain things you just want to... I saw you, and you're just blaming, so, and you got you, so, and you try and build that camaraderie, that squad mentality. But Leon Bailey is portraying I'm bigger than the squad mentality. If you listen to that.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. That's what he's basically saying.
That's where it's wrong, and I don't agree with it. I don't endorse that. And you know me, Bridget, I'm a fair character when it comes to them things. Big ball, I forget certain things, but you know what? I know at Jamaica we are talk about. You can't expect what England's laying on for.
Nah, Anthony, this is where I gotta disagree with you.
Yeah, bro,
to get stars coming, Anthony, a man can't be making big money in the Prem. Hear me out. Making big money in the Prem, yeah. Doing his thing with Villa, ABOC, flying private everywhere, first class flights everywhere. And then when Yard are calling for you, if Yard can't find the first class flight, I'm not saying flying private, The man's a baller. What does the baller need? his legs. Circulation on economy flights is not
fully
good.
understand what you're saying. I get where you're coming
Because
from.
boat fly economy, when boats going to run for yard, yeah.
I don't
is
know.
boat
Hold on. You'll have to ask the team because boat goes on the tape playing with everybody else.
I bet if it's I doubt it's private, but if it's not private,
I'm sure. But then again, boat might be different because it's Puma might have said, you know what? Now that you're saying you don't have to go with the whole squad, we're gonna put on a little Puma jet for you and just send you through. You understand? Because your sponsors, again, these are the things your sponsors can do. But you as a Paula now, I'm your sponsor saying, yeah, Mark, you know, you're going to this World Cup. You know, you're my big star for Puma, blah, blah, blah. Now, I'm expecting the humble Mark that I know is going to say, you know what, fam? Thank you and I respect and I appreciate the private, you know, but I want the whole squad with me still, you know. And a star treatment. Yeah, I'm a big boy and I'm well known around the world, but I'm a family the same way, you know.
Anthony, that money is a lot to the average man. So let's say me or you flying in a first class thing. You gotta find $3,000. No, we're not doing that. We'll make our foot swell up for the 8 hours. You get me? But when you're talking about a world class athlete, yeah, no, first class direct flights.
I hear what you said, bro.
Yeah.
Direct flight thing, I fully understand. But what I'm saying is, okay, just for argument's sake, we'll say how much is a first class direct flight
to yard?
Jamaica to yard. How much does it say?
$3,000 from England to yard. It's direct. $3,000, $3,000.
Okay.
And that's on a bad day. You can get one on a good day. You can get one for like $1,850.
Okay. We'll just go with I'll go with $3,000 just to cap it off.
Yeah.
So we got him on $3,000. We would have had Demar on $3,000 before he went to Qatar. So I don't know if that's a bigger flight still because he's coming from Qatar, from Saudi.
He's got to make a stop from Saudi.
He has to.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
So he has to get the stop. So, okay, he gets a stop. You know, ex-premiership winner. Knows about the first class. Been doing it. Done all the Leverkusen thing Leon Bailey did because he's done all that. Yeah. I don't hear nothing complaining from his saying about his direct flights. Not he has to stop over.
You're making me have to do things I don't want to do now, man. Because I know Demar is your people. So you're making me say things. You're making me say things I don't want to say. But Demar and Bailey. No, you was when Demar won the Premier League, yeah. Big up Demar, great every time. But when he won the Premier League, it was a squad player family. Bailey's the man at Villa.
He did, yeah, but hold on.
You get me,
now he is, bro. Yeah, but the difference, what I'm trying to say is that Bailey's the man at the Villa and he's done what? To be running gums and expecting star treatment like he's expecting. What's he done again? Just remind me again. Go on.
Okay, he hasn't won nothing.
Exactly. Yeah. So what gives you the right then? Yeah. What gives you the right to be running your guns? But Real Madrid now come sign me to play for national team. Go sit down, boy. You don't know football then. So don't you think then Real Madrid, Mr. Bailey, they're gonna say this geezer comes from a country that is a small like blah blah, but he loves his country so much and he's so grateful to play for his country. I like players like that. Humble. Come with their humble self to come to play for the biggest club in the world, Madrid. You don't go running your gums. You don't go. Did Ronaldo start running his gums before he went Madrid? No. Did Gareth Bale start running his gums before he went Madrid? No. What did they do? Football on the pitch, mate. Made it do the talking. Man's had 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 good games for Villa, and he's going on like his name's Leon Bailey Messi.
I hear.
Don't boy, idiot.
I hear ya.
And you know me, Bridget. I'm a staunch Jamaican. I love my team. But don't come in here giving it the big I am mentality. I'm not stupid. I know the infrastructure of Jamaica, football and everything. The airport could be improving.
Yeah.
This could be improving. The national stadium supposed to get...
We ain't even got an airline. Remember back in the day, we used to have Air Jamaica. Air Jamaica. They would have probably sponsored the team.
All right. We're supposed to have all those things. We're supposed to have a good national stadium. You know, we're supposed
to have... The stadium's horrible.
You know, listen, Jamaica's supposed to be in a place that we can bring the UFC and man can come and defend their title in their country.
That's what's
supposed to happen in Jamaica.
I second that.
Let's not get it twisted, fam.